I've been an expatriate twice in my life. Both times were amazing experiences. It's not easy. In fact, there's a lot to figure out. This time I'm in Southeast Asia. Penang, Malaysia to be exact. I've never lived here. I've never even been here. I didn't come and hang out for a month to figure things out beforehand. I'm here to see if I can create a life I like on this island for under $2,000 per month. My budget will need to be all in. Housing, food, transportation, utilities, everything. This is the ExPat. Penang, an island around the size of Singapore off the northwest coast of Malaysia. Home to 1.7 million people, most of which are Chinese, Indian, and of course the Malay. Like this multicultural society, the food is diverse. Some of the tastes are familiar and some a little more exotic. And you're not going to spill any of it?
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't take long to find a favorite of the crew and I. Char Kway Teow. Few have had it, and certainly not the way this street vendor makes it. One of only a few remaining bicycle street vendors to carry the flame on his bicycle. Don't let that fool you though. This guy can cook. And this is breakfast like you've never had it. Start with rice cake, add garlic, chili paste, and I take mine with 2 duck eggs. Add just a splash of pork fat for flavor and texture, and you are in Georgetown, Penang.
If I lived here, I would definitely eat this at least a couple times a week. How often do you get this?
Whenever come back to Penang.
Every time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see?
And the US.
Yeah. Can you get this in the US?
No way.
No way. Open flame, no way. The duck egg, interesting, really, really good. We got it a little bit spicy.
And since we are going to track our budget, we'll log our breakfast as follows. Char Kway Teow for $2.30. 2 coffees, $1.50. That's a total of $3.80. Now I'm in my happy place. I've eaten something I can't get anywhere else in the world, in a place that is slightly off the beaten path. And it's time to go to an outdoor market. This is the part where I start to feel alive.
So one of my favorite things to do in any foreign country is to stroll through an outdoor market. Each one is fascinating and different in so many ways. One of my favorite places so far ever to do this in the world is Kathmandu. If you haven't been there, you definitely got to go there. But today, again, we're in Penang. We've got clothes, we've got eyeglasses, we have baked treats, there's a butcher shop over here, toys for kids.
Visiting local outdoor markets is a great way to begin to assimilate into a new culture. You're forced to learn at least a little of the primary language, and it's a great opportunity to become familiar with the exchange rate from your home currency.
This is, again, where locals would shop. It's not a touristy place, so the prices are a little bit better, and you need to see what it would cost to get some produce in Malaysia. So oranges here, you get 7 for 5 ringgit. Now your exchange is around 4 ringgit per dollar. So for about $1.25, you're going to be able to get about 7 oranges. So that's great. Same with the apples here. These apples here are priced at 1 per 1 ringgit. 1 ringgit per apple, so 25 cents per. Same with the oranges. We've got some nice pears here from South Africa, apparently 5 for 2, or rather 5 for 10, so 2 ringgit per, so you're looking at 50 cents per. You've just got tons of variety. It's all very fresh. You have bananas, you have grapes, you have durian, you have watermelon, pineapple, everything you could need. So looking around, if I were here and I was shopping for produce, I would say for me and whoever I'm with, man, I think you could get $15 US dollars worth of produce and it would last you almost an entire week, and you would have, again, great variety, lots of apples, oranges, pineapple, local thing, all local, all organic.
After a day of street food and outdoor market shopping on Penang, I feel confident about how much it's going to cost 2 people to eat on Penang. Assuming you go out to eat 1 meal per day, and assuming you are cooking your other 2 meals at home, I think you would be safe with the following budget: $420 per month. And this will give you 1 average locals meal out, produce, dairy, coffee, meat, chicken, everything you will need in a given month. One of the hardest things to figure out in any foreign country is how to get around. This is a budget item you can save money on if you are willing to use public transit. At this point, I haven't decided the best way to get around Penang. I know I have several options. I can buy a car, use public transportation, scooters, taxis, and even the occasional rickshaw, which, while fun for a night out, is definitely not a good practical daily option. My initial thought is to look into getting a car, and while Penang seems small enough, I'm not sure the hassle and expense are going to make sense. I'm not a big fan of riding the bus, given the limitations of schedule and walking to and from stops, but it's an option for an expat on a budget. Like any Southeast Asian country, scooters are very popular, and there's a good reason for it. They're quick and easy to get around on, and it's fun. There are a few downsides with scooters though. The rain on Penang, the relentless heat, and it's not a great way to travel a long distance. But right now, I just need to figure out my daily mode of transportation and figure out the downsides later.
How much for insurance?
First one is around
350
350
Yeah.
ringgit
ringgit
per year. So we're looking about $85 per year. What kind of warranty?
2 years warranty.
2 years?
Or 20,000 which never covers.
Okay,
Whichever
so
covers.
2 years or 20,000 kilometers,
Kilometer, yes.
whichever comes first.
Yes.
Okay. What's the top speed? How fast?
speak about the 90.
90.
About 90
90 kilo.
kilometers?
Kilo.
Okay, okay. How much is the road tax?
Road tax is depends on CC, but normally will be 2 ringgit per year.
So 10,100 if I buy 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. 2 year, 20,000 kilometer warranty. Lasts the whole time I'm here. Perfect solution for getting around day to day. Okay. So you've got a lot of ways that you can get around on Penang. I've researched everything pretty thoroughly, and I think this is how I would do Penang living here. There's a little scooter. It's called a Honda EX5. Technically, it's a motorbike. And you can get a couple of those with a 2-year, 20,000 kilometer warranty, which I think is enough for a couple of years. And it's going to run you about $1,300 US each. So for 2, you're looking at $2,600. So I would use Grab when it's raining. And then when I want to go on a road trip, whether it be to the East Coast to see some different beaches, or drive down to Kuala Lumpur, or drive up to Thailand, whatever it is, I would rent a car. A car rental is going to run you about 15 US per day. Great solution. I know that gas in Malaysia is actually quite reasonable, around $2.30 per gallon. The insurance and road tax for the scooter are cheap, around $20 per month for both. I don't think I'm going to ride more than 500 miles per month on Penang, so my motorbike expense is going to be around $70 per month to operate both motorbikes. My transportation plan includes an occasional car for hire and an occasional rental car for road trips. You can get most anywhere on Penang for about $3 using Grab, and a rental car is going to cost you all of about $15 per day. Based upon these numbers, I feel like a very reasonable number to count on for transportation is going to be $150 per month. This will give me room for all of the motorbike trips I'm going to want to take, 2 round-trip cars for hire per week, and about 24 days of car rental per year. Penang transportation for 2, $150 per month. One of the pleasant surprises of Malaysia is our discovery of white coffee. When I heard the term, I wondered if it just meant coffee with milk or if the bean was actually a lighter color. We met up with Salam Ativa, local businessman and coffee house owner. I'm hoping this guy can shed some light on this growing mystery. We have been told that white coffee is roasted with butter. We have been told that it's not roasted any differently, but that there are things added to it, Chinese secrets. We've been told many things about white coffee, but we do not know the truth. Can you tell us the truth?
This is to be honest to you,
Yes.
I don't have the exact answer.
That is fabulous.
Very big.
Honestly, that's the best answer you could have given, because had you known, it would have taken all the mystery away, because at this point, there are so many stories we don't know what to
so
believe.
many
I
stories.
love it. A crucial part of living abroad is connecting with other expats. We're headed to the old bus depot where a few locals and a few expats run a weekend craft fair.
Penang is the gateway to the rest of Southeast Asia in the sense of...
You mean she just likes going to beaches?
Right. Me, I'm more...
Langkawi, where does she like to go?
Well, Langkawi, Phuket.
Sure.
You know, those are all 40-minute flights
So
from here.
Penang is a good jump spot
it's
for
great
that?
for all-
That I did not know.
Oh yeah, the international airport here, you could go Air Asia and go almost anywhere in Asia.
Bali,
Yeah, anywhere.
Borneo, Phuket, all of it.
So, like, but Indonesia, Malaysia has great beaches also, like on the other side.
So you basically are full-time expats. You just go all over the place. You figure out how to live when you get there. So where will you go after this?
Well, so as for right now, we're not really sure. Again, we just started 5 months in.
So this is your first expat experience?
No. I mean, we lived. So we've lived in Thailand. We've lived in Turkey. We lived in Colombia, Mexico.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. So and my wife, I married a traveler. She's since she was 16 years old, had the travel bug and has been all over the world.
Good.
Me, on the other hand, I'm a city boy from New York City,
Okay.
and
All right.
never really did the travel thing. Met her while working out in the Renaissance Fair in Arizona, and fell in love. And then I'm like, well, I fell in love with someone who was not going to stay still.
You better get up.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You better
So-
pack your bags, brother.
So my first experience in that whole thing was going to Colombia, living
Nice.
in Colombia, and
So any ideas where you'll go after this?
after this, it's
Just wherever the wind takes you?
Right. It's tough because all my siblings and her siblings all have young kids.
Okay.
And we're gone for an extended period of time. Then we go back, and they're
Yeah.
older and forget us.
Yeah.
Then we stay and they remember us. Then we have to leave again.
But you're the awesome uncle and aunt who
right.
go all over the world.
And we bring
I
them
mean,
back all kind of dangerous toys and stuff.
meteors and
Right.
whatever. Yeah, that's great. I
But
like it.
yeah, we're thinking more Central America, South America next time.
Yeah.
So long a flight to.
But it's once, then you're done. Then you get to rest.
Oh yeah, but again, you get that no place like home feeling sometimes.
Yeah,
like
sure.
again, this is home. The people very
Sure.
very welcoming, very
Sure.
all that stuff. But it's not that local coffee shop that you're used to. It's not
Yeah.
that-
Yeah.
So you want to go back occasionally, and when you're
Sometimes it's nice to recalibrate for
right,
a little while.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you stay in a place like when we were in Colombia, it was only 3-hour flight to Miami.
Awesome. Tell me your name.
I'm Danny.
Danny?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Robert. We got
Okay.
sticky rice.
This is sticky rice.
Okay.
Then coconut and pandan leaf.
Is this the what's the coconut jelly called with the sugar?
No. It's
no.
the coconut milk,
Okay.
sugar,
Sugar.
and pandan leaf.
Pandan.
This is not coloring.
Okay. So pandan leaf, coconut, and sugar.
Yes.
All right.
Try that.
Try that.
Let's give it a try. Beautiful. Lovely. It's delicious. I love it.
This is tapioca.
Tapioca.
Yeah.
So, and any sugar, coconut,
Okay,
anything else?
This is coconut,
Coconut.
tapioca.
Tapioca.
Then we have brown sugar.
Oh, okay. Let's give this a try. Oh man, that's really good, and it's warm too.
This is all in Penang. You can get this in other places, but yet you don't really have the original pandan leaf. Sometimes they put coloring,
Okay.
and they put flour. I don't
Okay.
put flour.
Earlier in the week, we met a couple from Australia living in Malaysia on military assignment. They've been here for a few years, and I think they will be invaluable in getting a lay of the land. We're meeting for dinner to talk about life on Penang, and there is no better place here for dinner than Song River. Meet Mr. Tan, the chicken man. And yes, he cooks with a fan. That's probably enough.
So, when did you initially move to Penang? How long ago? When was that?
So very first time I got a posting here was 2004.
Okay.
I was based in Townsville at the time, up
Okay.
in North Queensland.
Yep.
And I didn't really know much about Malaysia, and a position opened up, and it was a 3-year posting.
Okay.
So I thought I'll just throw my name in the hat and see how we go. Penang really became sort of a home away from home. I've travelled back here to catch up with friends, back here, just for other sports stuff as well, holidays. Lauren and I came over here. We came over to meet a friend back in 2010, and that's where I sort of introduced Lauren to Penang.
What was your reaction?
I actually quite liked it, but I'm open to adventures.
A friend of mine, when I was supposed to do it last time, we used to sit on we had an apartment, and we used to sit on the balcony with a beer, and we called it the balcony factor. You're sitting on the balcony looking out and you go, how good is this?
Yeah.
If you tend to focus on how bad everything else is, you're going to sit on your balcony and focus on the bad stuff, not look at the view, look at, you know, we're lucky to be here, the beer is cheap.
Yes.
You know, the food is cheap, you're sitting there eating for not much money.
I moved my family of 8 to Costa Rica in 2009. Yeah.
Wow.
It was.
That is
Can you
amazing.
imagine? Can you imagine? And now you know, because you're expats, okay? We started selling stuff that we didn't really need anymore. Because I realized I had to take my 5,400 square foot house life down to whatever number of bags I was going to freaking take to Costa Rica.
Yep.
So I had this massive job, and I primarily did it. So I started throwing stuff away. I started taking stuff to storage, 8 people's lives, down to 20 duffel bags, suitcases, and carry-ons. And we went to Costa Rica with just those things to live there for an indefinite period of time. We got on an airplane. I didn't even know where we were going to sleep that night. I literally, not only did we not know
That's an
where
adventure.
we were going to live,
Yeah,
we didn't know where we were going to sleep that night. That experience, we only lived there for a year. That experience changed my family's life forever.
Yeah.
My kids grew in ways that they never ever could have grown.
Yeah.
They became fascinating, interesting, bilingual people in that 1 year.
One of the decisions we made was this isn't necessarily a work decision or a career decision, although
Love it. Good point.
It's good here. It's an international engagement. It's learning and working with different cultures, and I love that. But it's a family decision to grow as people and make interesting people. You know.
I see happy people. I see people who aren't wrapped up in a cell phone. I see people who are kind and who just live life from a very, very different place. This is why I do this. This is why I go these places and wish that there was enough time in my life to live in every country in the world. There's so much to see. And there's so much beyond the silliness of running around trying to make bazillions of dollars. What's important to me is living a life that is real, living a life that I love, living a life that I'm proud of, and that is interesting and that has texture and color and feeling and passion and love. The world is so much smaller than we think it is. It's so much more accessible than our minds make it out to be. There's always a bed at the end of the day. There's always a plate of rice and some chicken at the end of the day. You'll always be okay. You just have to pack your stuff, sell stuff, get rid of stuff, and go. And see this incredible planet. Depending on the country, one of the biggest line items on any expat's budget is going to be housing. Honestly, I'm concerned what our housing is going to look and feel like on Penang, and if it's going to be a budget buster to get something I want. The first stop is a very traditional home.
We've got a line on a very traditional jetty home. It's by the water, it's got a lot of history, the area has a lot of human interest. It's very cool. I don't know that it'll be quite what we're looking for. It's very, very affordable, literally around $150 per month. That said, I've made one big decision about being on Penang. I don't think I would live here without air conditioning, just a little bit too warm. Did I say it right? Yeah? Chukak Kim, Chukak Sim. Chukwa Kim, Chukwa Kok, Chukok Sim, Chukwa Kim.
Yes.
Yes. 你好.
好，
你好。
高兴见到你。
谢谢 for letting us see your house. I don't speak any other Chinese. That's it.
The home is plenty big, but it's modest. I would enjoy the location, but I think it might be a tough place to live and to be really comfortable. The lack of AC, the bathrooms, I've got some serious concerns. But the family and the area are as good as it gets. The bedrooms are nice size, as is the kitchen. A few minutes into the tour, I discover the most unique amenity.
So I literally can fish right in out of the house.
Then you just throw this one, go down.
Okay.
Then you just sit down.
You sit down?
Yes. See how you want to sit. You sit like that also, okay?
So comfortably.
Just pull in. Oh, no more. Then you put down again.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah.
And
Just
you can
making
just
it.
fish right in there.
Yes.
What do you catch?
Fish.
Fish. Okay.
Yeah.
Because at that time we know how to swim, but my mom, because the water is so high, so my mom look after us lah, better ma. So that we just go from here. We have a ladder. We just go from here, and then we go down, and then we just hold the ladder there, and then we just
Kick your legs?
yes.
Yeah.
And then we swim off from this.
Mm-hmm.
How to say this one?
The beam.
Beam, this beam to this beam, and then
Okay.
can to that beam.
I love the area. The human interest is off the charts. The culture is fun and energetic, but I need my home to be a place of respite, especially in a foreign country. A place where I can go home and be truly comfortable. That said, for $150 per month, I am very intrigued. When in Rome, stop and watch a movie in Chinese. So we are on our way to what I think is going to be the opposite end of the spectrum, a brand new high-rise condo in a high-end development. I have serious doubts if it is going to fit my budget, but I think it's good to get a feel for what is out there and how much it costs. The area is clearly less interesting than the jetty home. The culture of the area, while still interesting, feels more homogeneous than exotic. Inside the condo is surprisingly spacious. There is a view of the bay, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a beautiful kitchen, and everything is brand new. One major drawback, it is not furnished. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but I've purchased a house full of furniture in a foreign country and it's not cheap or particularly easy. So this is starting to feel expensive and decidedly less convenient. There is AC, however, and a beautiful pool. And since Penang is really hot and humid, that is very tempting. My biggest concern is the rent. It's definitely going to be a budget buster at $1,300 per month, plus furnishing the place. As much as I like it, and as comfortable as it would be, I'm going to keep looking for something that is a better fit financially. Literally, at just about the last minute, we get a line on an apartment a few miles away in what has been described as an expat area. It's not a jetty home and it's not a brand new high-rise condo. I'm hoping it will fit what I'm looking for. Initially, my response, this might work. It's not brand new, so it doesn't have the brand new price tag, but it's clean and it's furnished. It has 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a nice view of the area, a nice kitchen, a more than adequate living area, and thank goodness it has AC and a beautiful pool. I think it's time we meet with Ben, our real estate agent, to discuss the terms and conditions of renting an apartment on Penang.
I'm actually really impressed. This is a really nice apartment, and it's got a pool. And that was the thing. I was like, I don't know if I want to live in Penang without a pool. That would be rough. And I absolutely had made a decision. I'm not going to live in Penang without air conditioning. So I was really pleased to see that. I guess at this point, I just have a few questions about how does it work here.
Okay.
So can I do a 1-year contract? Typical?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
very typical.
A
Yeah.
couple countries where you're expected to pay for the full year at one time. How does payment of rent work?
You just need to pay it on monthly basis. So if let's say you are able to pay for the whole year, I
Yeah.
believe the owner will be happy.
Yeah?
You
Would they give a little discount or maybe or
If I'm the
Okay.
owner, I would offer that. Yeah.
so you would do it?
Yeah, I would
Okay,
do it, yeah.
that's helpful
Yeah.
to know. Tell me what bills am I going to need to pay? Electricity, water, internet.
Internet, electricity, water, and cable TV,
Okay.
and also the suris.
Is there a written contract for the rental agreement between me and the owner of the property?
Yes.
Do we need to do a written contract?
Yeah. If you find the property through an agent, of course you have to pay the agent a
So the
brokerage
seller
fee.
doesn't, I do.
The seller will pay for a month,
Okay.
and the tenant will pay for a month.
Okay, so we split the closing costs for the agent.
Yeah. And of course the agreement fee. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it depends on how they charge. Usually it'll be around 300 ringgit.
Okay, so
Yeah.
about $75 US.
Yeah.
So who's in this particular area? Do we have families? Like, tell me about. I noticed, by the way, there's a security guard. Is that typical in this price range to have a security guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You have a security in all condos in Penang.
All condos.
Yes, all
Oh, wow.
condos. Yeah.
That's
if,
great.
If there's no security, we can't call that a condo.
Interesting. Okay, so there's no security. It's technically not a condo.
Yeah. That's just a flat. We call that a flat.
That's called a flat.
Yeah.
So an apartment.
But even some flat they have security, but just that the security is not that strict.
Okay.
Yeah, they allow
Maybe
anyone
they
to just
they
yeah,
go to
just-
sleep. They.
Yeah, they just sit there and watch. They don't really stop anyone. But in condo, they need
Okay.
you to register. It's very strict. Not
Okay.
everyone can pass through the security.
If I want to buy a condo
Yeah.
in Penang,
Yeah.
on Penang, can I do that?
Yes.
Any rules as
Yeah,
a foreigner?
You have to buy a property of at least $1 million.
A million ringgit.
Yeah.
250,000 US.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our government is doing this to protect the local.
So basically, they're saying, hey, we need to keep the less expensive properties available for the local community,
Yeah.
not let those get eaten up by people from the outside. And so there's a $250,000 minimum.
Yeah, because one of the reason is because a lot of people who buy property, they are not actually the genuine homeowner. They just buy the property to invest.
To invest.
Yeah, so
So they don't want too many investment
yes,
properties as
yes,
well.
Yeah,
That makes
that's another
sense?
reason. Yeah.
That makes sense. So give me an idea, like electric bill. How much am I looking per month? Let's say I'm going to run the AC every night, all night long, just so I can sleep well. Regular usage otherwise. What am I looking at for electricity?
It depends on the household. Like for myself,
Uh-huh.
my bill is only about 100 ringgit a month.
Wow.
Yeah, because
So that's $25 US.
Yeah, because I'm running a 1.5 horsepower AC every night.
Okay, what am
Yeah.
I looking at for water?
Water usually around 20 ringgit.
So literally $5. How much for internet? So let's say I want unlimited. I'm going to stream Netflix. I'm watching all kinds of stuff. How much for internet?
below 150 ringgit, you can get a very good package.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're looking around 35 US for that.
Yeah.
What
And
else
that's
do I
fiber
have?
optic.
That's fiber optic.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So it's pretty fast.
Yeah, very
Okay.
fast. Yeah.
Okay. What else? You mentioned something about sewer.
Yeah. That one we have to pay maybe about 200 ringgit a year.
200 ringgit
Yeah.
a year. So we're looking at literally about 50 bucks per year.
Yeah.
I would like to paint the condo. If I do the same color that she currently has, that the owner currently has, is that okay if I paint it?
Same color, definitely not a problem.
Okay,
Yeah.
same colors. So I
Yeah.
can freshen it up. I can do things to make it
Yeah.
look good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I think I would rent it. It's a pretty nice place. I would
Okay.
definitely give it a try. If I only wanted to do 6 months, could I do 6 months?
Yeah, that's the minimum.
That's the minimum.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
At this point, I'm feeling great about my budget on Penang. In fact, I'm going to be well under the $2,000 per month goal that I set. I found a great little 2-bed, 2-bath condo in a gated complex with AC and an ice pool. The condo is furnished, and the landlord is flexible about me painting and touching up to make it my own. And I can buy a few items for the place that will give me the ability to personalize it without having to go and buy an entire house full of furniture. The rent on this little condo is only $380 per month, and I like it a lot. So there you have it, your monthly expense on Penang. An ample food budget with eating out 1 meal per day and cooking 2 at home, $420 per month. Transportation combo of motorbikes, Grab, and an occasional rental car with fuel and insurance, all in $150 per month. Utilities for the condo, including electricity, water, sewer, and internet, $69. 2-bed, 2-bath condo, $380 per month. Cell phones for 2 is going to run you about $80 per month. Budget in entertainment at $100 and a buffer for miscellaneous of $150, and your total monthly expenses, $1,349. My work is done. The budget is $1,349 all in, and I'm ready to relax a little.
We're at Two Buns in Penang. One of the important things that I noticed when I'm out of the country, especially living out of the country, is every now and then it's really nice to get a burger. Interesting thing about Penang, burger doesn't necessarily mean beef. It can mean chicken, it can mean fish, any kind of sandwich. But of course, we were hunting for a burger. So we got a nice little burger. This place has some wings, Korean style. They call them Kim Jong wings. So got a kick out of that. We've got some fries here, got a little Coke. So we're all set up, and now I can get that feeling of home that you every now and then you just need as an expat when you're living out of the country and things are hard, especially if you haven't talked to somebody from your home country. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of comfort. And we're doing my favorite thing to do, which is to eat on camera. It's really, really comforting to do that. As an expat, a burger and fries, or whatever your thing is, a slice of pizza, or I don't know, whatever your thing is, that really feels like home can really be a lifeline. There are times as an expat where you feel the distance. You feel the 7, 8, 9,000 miles that you are away. And so those kinds of things can be really important to just have something that just kind of, they call it comfort food for a reason, and it's particularly comforting when you're 7,000 miles from home.
Join me next week from Cebu, Philippines, where once again I will see if I can hack my way to a better life in a cool place for under $2,000 a month.